Hi, Erica. Thank you so much for connecting with us in this episode today. I'm really excited to know more about yourself and the topic we're going to discuss today. So, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. I'm so excited. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I think it's a really important topic. So I'm excited to
Yeah,
dive in and discuss it.
yeah, absolutely. You work with women's mostly in your coaching business, and the topic you want to cover today, which is like a body confidence for a woman. So, before we get to that, how you got started in the coaching business and helping other women, other uh, helping others, especially.
Yeah, I always was interested in, self-help and yoga and all that stuff, but I was like, that's fun. That's fun. Like that's a side,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, like this is just a side fun hobby, and I kept ignoring it. And then I had a really think we kind of all, a lot of us have these like, like come to our knees moments of like, oh my God, I
Mhm.
can't keep living this way. And I had one of those years. I had friends pass away. I was dealing with some really, hard stuff around body image. A family member was diagnosed with cancer. Like all the things were happening at once.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you can either you have an opportunity here to live in a different way.
Mhm.
And so actually with the family member that had the cancer diagnosis, I actually really started to get into holistic and spiritual, and it started to unravel, again with no
Yeah.
intention of having a business, just like slowly started to unravel in front of me, which is so that's the best way, when it just magically starts to take and form its own life.
Yeah, absolutely. So before you get into like a coaching business, what do you actually used to do? Do you had a corporate career or any kind of jobs or business prior to that?
Yeah. Yeah, so I actually worked with my dad for many years. But what's funny is I also was an actor. I still am,
All
but that
right.
was like my main focus, like acting, 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 acting. And
Yeah.
that's why when this business was started, I mean, I thought I was going to be an actor since I was 8 years old. So when this business was starting to form, part of me was so
Mhm.
excited because it was like organically unraveling, and then another piece of me was like, no, 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 Erica, like you're supposed to be an actor, like what do you like, you're getting sidetracked, you're getting distracted. So it was an interesting, like how do we what do we do with this, like
Yeah.
what do we do, it's hard to balance and figure it
Yeah.
out, but so that was definitely up for me as well.
Yeah. It's like taking the time figuring out like who you want to be and like what your passion is until you
Yep.
actually do it. Like you don't know like which path to go. And yeah, it's interesting theory. Like I had to go through many of the careers like before I actually find out like what actually like most. So
Yeah.
it's a long journey. For most people, like even though they're 40, 50 years old, still figuring out who they want to be. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's such a get, like I'm like, oh, this is I mean, some exactly like 56. Some people never discover that.
Mhm.
They have a corporate job, which there's nothing wrong with that, but
Yeah.
they have a corporate job or they put their head down and they just do. So it's like, even though this was stressful, and it's still some days I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Some days I'm like, it's such a gift that I actually have the ability to be able to do this and to help people. It really is a privilege, and it really is a gift.
Yeah. That's great. So what made you do you specifically work with like a woman or do you work with everyone?
Everyone, because
Yeah.
here's the thing, like, of course, I actually do have more women coming through the door and
Mhm.
actually like sign the contract to like, I want to work with you. But everyone's affected by this. Everyone's
Yeah.
affected by body image. Everyone's affected by confidence. So yeah, everyone's affected by dating and empowerment. So my door is open to whoever feels called and is like, I resonate with Erica. My door is open and they're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's get to the topic. That's the interesting topic. We're gonna talk about most people don't even discuss about that. They don't even realize it was the actual problem is, which is like a body confidence, and that
Yes.
leads to like a lot of problem. I see especially with a woman nowadays, even though with their men's as well. They're not confident to approach in a relationship, or even though they're in a relationship, still oh my husband is loving me, or my wife is attracted to me, or not. That a lot of conflict is happening. So in terms of like a body confidence, what do you actually what does it actually defines in your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I also, it's especially if someone's dealing with like body hate,
Hmm.
and they're like really critical and really mean to themselves. I start with getting them to neutral. Like, cause it's sometimes it's so aggressive to be like, I hate myself, Erica. Don't rip me from that spot to like
Yeah.
love, love, love. Like, so it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, that's the end goal. But sometimes like that feels too aggressive. So it's like, let's just get to body neutrality.